The oysters in the Chesapeake Bay are dying off. We wanted to go out and see if restored reefs are actually working.
Wow, we get to build an underwater robot.
Yeah, modified and being tested.
Major funding for SciGirls is provided by the National Science Foundation, supporting education and research across all fields of science and engineering. The National Science Foundation, where discoveries begin.
Additional funding provided by L'Oreal USA for Girls in Science. You can learn more at forgirlsinscience.org. And by PPG Industries Foundation, committed to bringing positive impact to our communities.
SciGirls! We need SciGirls! Come on! When I need help and I've got a question, there's a place I go for inspiration. Gotta get to the web, check the girls' investigation. What girls? SciGirls! SciGirls! I need you! SciGirls! Come on! You got log on, post, upload, pitch in! Yeah! Wanna get inside a world that's fascinating? The time is right, 'cause SciGirls are waiting! SciGirls! We need SciGirls! SciGirls!
Whoa, check that guy out. Look at the lips.
Forget the lips. Check out that bling.
Ooh, this little thing? This is my grandpop's champion football ring. Want to see it?
Oh, yeah.
Did I mention my grandpop had really tiny hands?
You want some help?
No! Light flashing before eyes! My pop's gonna kill me. I had so many plans. I was gonna see the Grand Canyon and make a sculpture of Abraham Lincoln out of bacon.
Yeah, well, we wouldn't want the world to miss out on that.
I'm going in after it.
Whoa! Aqua Dude! I don't think you really want to do that.
Fine. But I gotta get that ring back.
Oh, I know. I was just playing this cool game with the SciGirls. Look, you get to build an underwater robot. And maybe we can get some ideas from it. Oh, I am sure glad my SciGirls have gone mobile. SciGirls! We got a fishy situation, and we need some help. Looking for the submarine. Oh, here! Watch for the arrows. They're clues for the Pick'em Stick'em game on the website.
I met Taylor, Hunter, and Akina at the Oyster Restoration Center, and we wanted to learn about oysters. My name is Jade, and I'm 13 years old. When I grow up, I want to be an engineer that works on the next renewable energy source that'll keep on going forever. I'm in 8th grade.
7.
Seven.
I'm Hunter, and I am 12 years old. When I grow up, I really want to be a marine biologist and learn more about how animals live in the different environments. What's your favorite type of animal?
Bunnies are cool. I like how they eat carrots. Hi, I'm Taylor, and I'm 12 years old. My mom's an engineer, and my dad works with computers, so I might want to do something like that when I grow up.
For a field trip, I got to go on a boat, and we got to dredge for oysters. My name's Akina. I'm 12 years old, and I live near the Chesapeake Bay. I'm really interested in learning about how things work and helping the environment so we can make the world a better place.
I think these are baby oysters.
Oh, those look like oysters, they do.
Oysters are good for the bay because they filter water, and that's really good because right now the Chesapeake Bay's water isn't doing that well.
We found out that the oysters have declined, and that is affecting the bay water, and it's getting really dirty.
The Oyster Restoration Center is kind of like a nursery for baby oysters, so they take old oyster shells and they grow baby oysters on them. When the baby oysters get big enough, they put them in a restored reef in the Chesapeake Bay so that the oyster population can grow.
All these different creatures living around these, I'm sure that means they're pretty healthy. The oysters in the Chesapeake Bay are dying off, so the Oyster Restoration Center is doing work to create these restored reefs. All right, guys, so how are we supposed to figure out if these oyster reefs are actually working?
We could look for like the blue crabs and the mud crabs and the grass shrimp in the oyster reef.
So we were trying to discover the oysters in the restored oyster reef were making the bay healthier. When there's more biodiversity, it means that animals want to hang out there because they know it's going to be healthy and it's going to stay healthy. So we decided to compare the biodiversity of the two reefs.
Hi, girls.
Hi. We met with Cecily at the Naval Academy, and she's an oceanographer.
What were you guys talking about?
We just want to figure out what makes a reef healthy.
The only problem is that the reefs are way down at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
So in real life, oceanographers do deploy remotely operated vehicles. You can drive it in the water to do some sampling. I have some friends here at the Naval Academy who know how to build one.
Oh, that's perfect. Cecily helped us design the experiment to compare the two reefs, and she suggested that we use an underwater robot so we could see the reefs firsthand. We're gonna use the underwater robot to put bags of old oysters at the bottom of the two reefs. Then we're gonna take the bags back up and compare what organisms we saw on each reef.
So I guess we're going to have to build an ROV to place these and then bring them back up for us to look at.
You're going to meet Angela and Jay to help build your ROV. You guys are the scientists in this one. I'll be interested to see what data you all collect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck.
When we first got to the Naval Academy, we met Jay and Angela.
Hi. Welcome to the Naval Academy. I'm Angela.
Hi. And I'm Jay.
I teach ocean engineering here at the Naval Academy.
And I'm a naval architect here.
And we have some underwater robots we'd like you to see that I think that might help a little bit with your problem.
When I first saw the sea perch robots, I expected them maybe to be a little bit bigger.
Welcome to our ballast tank. This is where the naval architecture students usually test small ships and make sure they're properly weighted.
This is a sea perch right here. What it's made of is we have 3 hobby shop motors. The controller has 2 toggle switches and then 2 buttons on the top run the up and down of the sea perch. The toggle switches run the forward and backwards motors.
Oh my God, how do
I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you.
Akina, I'm coming for you.
Who's that?
Me.
Whoever's that is, I'm tangled in it. It was hard because you had to like know which way to control it and like how to control it. It was fun though. It takes skill.
Hunter was totally dominating the sea perches, and she could drive it and maneuver it in ways that I couldn't do.
So now that you've experimented with the sea perch and you've seen some of their capability, we'd like to know what it is that you want to do with it.
We wanted to compare a new oyster reef with an old reef, and we wanted to see if the new reefs are really working.
Yeah, this is just the standard sea perch that comes in the kit that anyone can build, but we have some modifications that we've made to them, and you can brainstorm and see what would be best for your mission.
Okay. That's a great idea.
This is our project laboratory where we design things.
Cool.
So think of this as your toy box. That is a sea perch kit.
Cool.
And this is everything that your sea perch was made out of that you just used. All the parts are in there. So we have some sea perch we've modified. These are ones that our students here have used. This one was made with the same kit, but look at it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Then this one is really different. You can make any shape you want to.
And you said you might want to use a camera?
Yeah.
What's really neat about this is that the output goes right there to this little TV screen.
That's really nice.
So now that you've seen some examples of the sea perch we've modified and some of the tools we have for you to use, I'd like you to sit down and brainstorm about it.
What shape should our sea perch be, and what kind of motor should we use?
We might need something that would keep up with all the weight that might be putting on it by the camera and the bags.
So we might need something
So
a little bit stronger.
So we might need those big motors.
How are we gonna carry in the
We
bag?
could do a claw. So you have a motor here and a motor here, and then once we need to release, we turn these motors this way, and then
it will
things will open.
That's a good idea.
Jade led the brainstorming. I think she does think like an engineer.
Why don't we draw a picture of it so that we can have a plan when we start building?
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good. Good.
Yeah? Is this your design?
Yeah. It's basically a mixture of this sea perch and this other structure.
Plus the features on
For our claw, we're gonna have 2 small motors.
And then they'll close on the bags to hold it in. Our first design had these 2 claws that would come in and grab the oyster bags. Jay told us,
In engineering, the more complex things you have, the more there is it can go wrong.
so we decided to remove the 2 motors and replace it with a hook.
I think you have some great ideas here. Time to start building.
Yeah, let's go. It's gonna be really fun watching something that we built actually do something to make a difference.
Hi, my name's Akina. I was born in Canada. Woohoo! This is my dog, OG. This is my dad. This is my mom. This is my little brother. I do gymnastics.
Hello, my name is Jade. My family and I love organic gardening. I love to come here and play tennis. These are my parakeets. I made a graph for the amount of poop there is on the curtains before and after we got the parakeets. One of my favorite things to do is robotics.
So here you are at the ballast tank, and you're going to test your model.
When we first went to set down our sea perch in the water, I was really excited. I was like, what's gonna happen? Here it goes. And it just sat there.
Maybe now that we don't have the camera touching the bottom at all, we don't need the foam.
The big chunk of blue foam wasn't perfect for our robot. We didn't want a boat, we wanted an ROV to go underwater.
Maybe we could just try modifying it and taking that foam off.
Okay, ready to go?
Ahead.
Yay!
You're getting a lot closer, aren't you?
Yeah.
We just need more.
You just have a little positive buoyancy now.
Buoyancy has to do with water displacement, and it's important when we were building our sea perch because we didn't want to have our robot floating on the surface or the bottom of the tank. We wanted it in the middle, so neutral buoyancy, where if you put it somewhere, it'll just stay there because it's perfectly balanced out.
What if we cut these into smaller pieces?
Or just like took some of it off,
Yeah.
just so that it's not as buoyant. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
yay.
look at that.
Oh, now it's going too far deep.
As we started taking stuff off, we started sinking to the bottom, so we were negatively buoyant.
I think we should take one of the weights.
Okay.
We had to change the design of our sea perch a lot of times. We had modified and then we had tested and then modified and tested.
We're almost, we've got it almost there. Okay, going down, going down.
Can we try up?
Now go forward. Go up. Oh yes, it works! It works!
Oh, yeah. We should practice using the monitor.
Yeah.
Designing, building, and testing our robot at the Naval Academy was my favorite part of it because we got to see how our robot worked and we had so many experimental issues. It was really fun.
There, now try to lift up.
Do we have it? We have it.
Oh yeah. Nice job.
Oh, high fives all around. Right?
How to do it now?
No, there's still water current.
Oh.
We have to test water current.
When our ROV picked up the oysters in the still tank, I was like, yes, our robot can accomplish this. And then there's this little thing in the back of my head that said, there's current in the water. And I was like, oh.
Welcome to the Carteract Division of the Naval Surface Warfare Center.
We took our robot to Carteract to see how it would do in current, but first we wanted to test it in deeper water.
All right, here it goes.
Try to get it all the way to the bottom.
Down. There it goes.
We're at the bottom.
Is it the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, look, some bubbles are coming out.
It's not really coming up that much, and it's not really doing anything.
Once we got to the bottom, we couldn't get back up.
I don't think that it's gonna come up, honestly.
So what do you think's causing this?
Maybe the water is pushing down on it since it's so deep. It's like it doesn't have enough buoyancy to get back up.
So why don't you tell us why your vehicle is behaving differently today?
The robot is under 9 feet of water, and the water pressure is a lot greater than 4 feet. So we think that's why it's not coming back up.
What else could you do to reduce weight and improve buoyancy?
Add more floats.
And these floats are filled with water, so they're quite heavy.
That's an excellent observation,
Like,
Akina.
squeeze this one and squeeze that one and see what the difference is.
Yeah, they definitely weren't made for 9 feet
So
of
when
water.
these are 9 feet underwater, they're squeezed and compressed, and they're smaller. They're displacing less water, and you have less buoyancy.
Yeah, what if we use these?
We added these harder floats that wouldn't get smushed underneath the 9 feet of water. There wasn't enough motor power, so we added some more motors to solve the problem.
I think it's time to start the current and see how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, that's loud.
So when the current came on, it was so loud. And then it looked like the water was going really fast, but it was only half a knot.
You're making way against the current. You're making way.
Woo, you're moving.
Woo! Woo! Yay! I'm gonna try to submerge it. Is it under yet? I think it's at the bottom.
It's at the bottom.
Woo! Try to get it back up. Okay, try to get it back up. Okay, I'm making it come up now. Oh, no, it's coming.
Okay.
Guys, it's back up to the top.
Woo! It's working.
We had to modify our sea perch a lot to get it to work. It was hard, but in the end, it was all worth it.
So are you ready to go use your sea perch in the bay?
Yeah!
Let's go.
You ready?
Ready.
Let her drop.
It's dropping.
I see it. It's coming, it's coming. Oh, it's going, it's going. Sorry, Jake. We've hit bottom.
You mean I've hit bottom?
We need something that'll help it float.
All I've got is 3 Mexican jumping beans that seem to be taking a very long siesta.
Those are lima beans.
Well, that explains it. Oh, and some balloons. I'm working on the world record for balloon blowing. It's harder than you think. Oh, more air.
Wait, the SciGirls had the same problem. Jake, check this out.
Maybe the water is pushing down on it since it's so deep. It's like it doesn't have enough buoyancy to get back up.
Buoyancy. We need buoyancy.
Actually, I need air.
We finished all of our tests on our sea perch, and then we met Cecily and Angela, and they were there to help us if we had any problems.
Perch looks great. You've been busy decorating. Yeah. You ready to go in the water?
Yeah.
Good, let's go.
The bay was really, really big. After like 5 minutes driving out into the bay, water just met the sky.
I'm flying! It was really exciting when the bay seemed pretty big and our sea perch was really small. Okay, ready to drop it in?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks pretty good.
Now I'm going down.
All right, let me feed more cable in. Bye-bye neon colors.
Okay, let's go look at her.
Okay. Okay.
There's the bottom. Okay.
Look, what is
That looks like a little oyster. What do you think of the site, girls?
It's pretty, like, there's barely anything on the bottom.
At the degraded reef, all it was like sand and a couple oyster shells.
What I recommend that you do is attach a buoy onto the bag.
We decided to put buoys on our bags because the bay is ginormous and we didn't want to search the whole bay to find our bags. So let's look on the monitor. Did you drop it?
Did it drop off?
Yeah, it's right there.
Yes, yes, get it. Yeah, okay. Let's go for the next one on.
There we go. We dropped the 3 bags and then we headed off to the restored reef.
No, the sun is this way. Oh, yes, the sun is that way.
So we're at the restored reef.
Yes,
Here, we'll drop it in.
so different.
And we're gonna go down there and look.
Okay, is the camera on?
Yep. Wow! The bottom is just covered with oysters.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's a blue crab!
Oh! I'm putting this down.
Oh, did you see the fish? Did you see the fish?
Did you see?
Yeah, I saw it.
The second reef, we saw mounds of oysters, and we also saw a blue crab, which is a predator of the oyster. So that means that predators want to hang out there. And we also saw a striped bass.
So here's our first bag
Yeah.
on the restored reef. So hopefully it's much better.
There we go.
Okay, third bag.
We finished dropping the 3 bags at the restored reef, and it was really awesome to know that our ROV could actually work in a real-world situation.
We did amazing.
I know.
It was so good.
So proud of you.
Good job!
See you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Hunter. My house is just minutes away from the Chesapeake Bay.
This is Angel.
This is my dog, Lady. I'm on the first Lego League robotics team. Bye!
Hi, I'm Taylor. This is my house. Let me show you my room. So I love sports, so these are some of my trophies. This is a robot I made. I play trumpet in my school band.
I was really excited waiting for 2 weeks. And then once we got onto the boat and went out there, it was even more exciting because like this was when we got to like see what actually happened.
Where's the yellow one? Oh, there's one.
Where's the yellow one?
Where is it?
Oh, there, I see the
There it is. It's right there. It's right there. Yeah, you're good at this. After we pulled up the bags, we put them in a bucket of bay water so we could examine the life forms that were on them the next day.
Like, it was fun pulling them up using that hook. It was just a lot of fun, the whole experience.
Woo! Yeah! Okay, got it. Woo!
That was good.
Yeah. All right. We started looking at the shells from the degraded reef. So we had 2 charts, one for the degraded reef and one for the restored reef. And we just had like what organism and how many the organism that we saw.
I was surprised to see some of the mud crabs in the degraded reef. I was expecting there to be nothing.
I can't wait to see what we can find on the restored reef.
Yes.
I think I found a grass shrimp, you guys.
Oh, really?
What?
Oh, another bristle worm.
Okay.
We opened the healthy reef and it smelled really bad. And then we found 4 dead fish in there.
It wasn't so great for the fish, but it was good to know that there were some creatures living there.
Oh, there it goes! There's our discoveries of the restored oyster reef.
So let's put this in a graph so we can draw a better conclusion.
Dead fish fingers.
Yeah.
After we had all of our data, we decided to put it in a bar graph so that we could see it better. And Taylor was really a good person for this because she's very precise and was really good with the software.
You can definitely tell that the restored reef looks much healthier than the degraded reef. So it shows that the restored reef has a lot more biodiversity and lots of different animals there than the degraded reef.
In the restored reef, we saw a blue crab, and blue crabs like to eat oysters, so it's a good thing because we saw a predator of the oyster there.
Yeah, so it's like a buffet for the predators that were there.
Yeah, you don't want to go to a restaurant with no food.
We should share it to Cecily and see what she thinks.
How are you guys doing this morning?
Great.
So, you guys have had some time to look at the data. Were there any differences between what we thought was an unhealthy site and a restored reef?
Well, yeah, there's actually a big difference.
What would you say about the restored reef?
That is way healthier than the degraded reef.
So, would you say species diversity and abundance was higher?
Yes.
Do you guys realize what you did over these last few weeks is amazing? The fact that you built something that can get good data, I mean, I'm impressed. I've already told a lot of people about it. Here, most important question for me is, did you guys all have fun?
Yes!
It was wonderful to work with you girls. You're very talented. Take care.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Bye. My favorite part of this experience was building our sea perch. I thought it was really fun to hear everyone else's ideas and compile it into one giant robot.
You have to remember, everybody, got it?
Yeah.
Remember?
I think we had a really good experiment. We all worked together really good. Phone numbers.
Phone numbers, there you go. Okay.
We had so much fun together, and we had such a great time on the boat, and this whole experience was just awesome. And having to say goodbye was really hard. I hope I can stay in contact with them.
Good luck.
Got your clues? Head on over to the web and play Pick'em Stick'em at pbskidsgo.org.
The eagle has gone into the water.
Then get on down here. We have a ring to catch. Here it comes. Easy. You're not gonna break any records with those balloons, but they're countering the weight of the sea perch perfectly. Got it!
Thanks, Iz. What would I do without you?
Never make a statue of Lincoln out of bacon?
Exactly. And what a loss for the world that would have been.
Let's do this. I say we duct tape it up. Should we be worried?
Hallelujah. It's so beautiful.
Ice and snow makes it sort of dangerous.
I think there's a way that we could improve non-slip footwear.
It talks about biomimicry, so it's life copying.
To help with traction.
Prototype debut party. Bask in my awesomeness.
San Diego is known for palm trees, but they're not even from here.
Let's suck some bugs.
Our question was, what kind of impact Canary Island palm had on our ecosystem?
We got this, and we're awesome. Major funding for SciGirls is provided by the National Science Foundation, supporting education and research across all fields of science and engineering. The National Science Foundation, where discoveries begin.
Additional funding provided by L'Oreal USA for Girls in Science. You can learn more at forgirlsinscience.org. And by PPG Industries Foundation, committed to bringing positive impact to our communities.
Hey there! Hi! The SciGirls website is off the hook. You can set up a profile, play games, create a page for your science project, watch SciGirls videos, and have fun. So come on, be a SciGirl on pbskidsgo.org. See you there. Bye!